Abushan for Ahaye GC News, Mema Obibia Akwaba, Ahadia latest and hot news, and Kwa Era Mede Bremo. And say we can subscribe to channel ya, Bomodia say over subscribe. The other say over click the subscribe button. Now wabele notification, we are new video be upload when the first person I was a Ebeka ASA video. I feel we are now like video, give us a thumbs up, now fee. Share my Ato Forson. Now when you be here, now we somewhere ekoso ewo Ghana memuhano. Afi yem share and somewhere abeto yepno so. US Embassy Ghana ha one de krata bi abeto abontin a chese visa restrictions chese mo pese mutu kwan kwa America no chese one de restrictions bi atoso. Ni nyina gina ya abato ebeba so December 7 na de tiene se one hu se ya hwe ya democracy no amamfo be ma pinchin ne basa ye bi esi o memha. Na sankrofon wani bedi sage Monday la enya de be ma won kwan ama won tu kwan every Ghana hase akọ America memu ye nyina ye betenemu na no ne kokobose ma won de aba betudwa na sakrata na ye Kevin Taylor keti ono so wode ensema tudwa wa react to sansemi a wada ensem dodo na ara edi etentemara yenko keti akache na yenkuti ensema wode tudwa faye US wana visa restrictions ya won de abetudwa indi keti.
The US government, America, moya na mote Ghana moka say if your man come to Ghana no, and America for the letter bremo. The American government through the US embassy Ghana, omo de krata bia beto abonti na krata ni more ding. Me be kan krata na ma kire eyeso amefo. The US embassy in the history of the Republic of Ghana e bin sida. And the American government the krata bre Ghana for say monjina mon kenkan. Asema ye kachebuni ebin sida. It is only under the leadership of Akufo Addo. Ebin sida. And this letter should tell you Ghanaian now and say the whole world they have been watching us, especially the United States. The intelligence the US government or Ghana no Kandapa does not have. So when they write a letter to give to Ghanaians and say, hey, you people, the democracy that you have protected, democracy that Kwame Nkrumah mo fighting for, John Mahama mo Atamils mo nyina be fighting for no, it is on the brink. Democracy is hanging on a thin line, and they are worried because they don't want to look. They don't just want to sit back and watch. They are seeing that there are some people in Ghana who are basically not ready to protect your democracy. They are worried for you. Obibagas na US so many problem, more problem, and so I'm koji skabedidi. Because now US don't they have problem? They have problems, but you fools come to them for money. So it means if they have a problem, your problem is bigger than theirs because they can solve their problem. How about you? For Jimmy, what the US government is telling you. Moment can let no.
And the omission of Oxford University.
I don't want to be petty at all about this. Nanado is a distinguished lawyer in this country. He went to Oxford, did not complete Oxford. If you don't have a certificate in a place, you don't add it.
Oxford University.
I don't want to be petty at all about this. Nanado is a distinguished lawyer in this country. He went to Oxford, did not complete Oxford. If you don't have a certificate in a place, you don't add it.
Oxford University.
I don't want to be petty at all about this. Nanado is a distinguished lawyer in this country. He went to Oxford, did not complete Oxford. If you don't have a certificate in a place, you don't add it.
Look. All right, so Mama Yang this US embassy for letter no. The whole Ghana enya de obi abekan letter ni nyina adwudwam hankwa. And a very serious letter. I was saying you're taking it serious. And I believe that the American government they like Ghana so much because so what's the deal? We have so many US embassies around Africa. But for them to take their time to say, we need to advise you people on this. We need to send this caution. This letter is not a warning, it's a caution. And when it's caution, you can take it. And when you take that caution very well, it can help you avoid any disaster ahead of you. So they are not threatening Ghana. They are cautioning Ghanaians. They are nicely letting us understand that our country not everybody in Ghana, people with power or without power, likes to see us move forward as a nation with our democracy intact. So this letter, it concerns you. it should tell you something in the history of Ghana. Bibi San see that. And when we see things like this, or see because I can tell you in authority, the US government, they have more intelligence than the Ghana government or Ghana. And it's a fact. The ominimo yene assassin, how they take their time to analyze yene assassin. We don't have that time because yene break yeshe pajamas and the air model into yene. We don't have the time. So they have been our partners for a long time. In fact, Upe Kura Omabua Ghana financially for years. The US has been there for Ghana. Majority of our funds, our donor money, China, the US have been our bedrock from day one until China came in with this illegal money. So we need to understand the United States, they have been there for us for years and they are still there for us. They protect us home and away, and they have been close to Ghana, and we have formed this alliance with them. They would love us to have good democracy, good country, protect this nation. They will also want to keep their country intact so that we can all do business together as two countries. So there's nothing bad about what they are doing. They are trying to let you know that the little they have done, this is what they have seen. Into more swamino, more Ghana no muntie mamindjum. Let na US for Ediabano eni egigim. And another dan Kweku Addo, also a lawyer. John Dramani Mahama on call law school, or the president for 4 years, 3 months. US government did not see the need to write a letter on election day or a week or 40 days to elections. The US government, no superpower wrote a letter to us because there was nothing like we have a president who is unpredictable. There was nothing like we have a government that is unpredictable. There was nothing like we have a government that can kill its own people and laugh. Now we have gotten to that point where the US, the Europeans will be following suit. They have done their checks and they know that we are living with people. In fact, people we are giving power to who are dangerous to this country. Now, omeletano etiripono enie. Visa restriction policy on undermining democracy in Ghana. US for embassy of Ghana through the State Department. Omatro letter abre Ghana say, almost say visa. Omo de tabono ebeto nipakuo biswa. Eni say mo visa mo free Ghana e free say. Omo ni say sa nipakuo fo no. Omo no yanhwe ne ye a omo be say kebi mami kebi no mo dwane. For now omo ma edin bia. Omo se omo de emrabi to hwa nipakuo bi a omo Ghana omo hwe omo a omo bo mu tirim pose ye kebi mami kebi no omo be se no obi ani wa oba be fa abeji visa abewurem akọ US omo se omo ni da fom asem we etipo no kwa o se ma we yem hyehyew na ye den that means say omo ka kire okasa kwa mu say ye wo nipa bi a omo aban mu omo wo Ghana omo tumi a omo amadwene say omo be se mo man no we nya grow we eye gigim be so to my people o ya boa now mamin gigim mamin kan krata no na eye Ghana ye nyina ye hu US for brofo no so be steady brofo no plain and straight think away statement way if you Ghana government when e bank won't mean kind and the article 17 of the constitution has declared and the sharp straight that be way US for ti brofo no emu da ho teacher kofi mu nyina atiase. The United States and press statement Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, on the letter we buy. On an insashasye, your friend Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, October 28, 2028. On an insashasye, intenya letter wa. That's US Department of State, US Department of State, enye letter wa. Sa color we are san enye obi na wo bi omo special paint bi no ma mix o menya color we unta nya ne sa keke omo tena ho e na omo di we abrɛw. Now omo say the United States is committed me benya botre dwudwam men rational ye wie ne apon. The United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Ghana and around the world. Omo say US United States omo de ade do makoma so say eye kebi ma min kebia eye de ebo nkuro ho ban ebo nipa ho ban e wo wiase afa na nyina no eye ade a eda makoma so ye dwudwam The Department of State is announcing a new visa restriction policy today that will restrict U.S. visas for any individual responsible for undermining democracy in Ghana. Almost say ende omudi tuja ama Ghana fo nyina ye president obia atiase se eye US ekuro ene aban no almost say omudi eye emra bi to ha nipakuo bi a omabo omutirimu po se kebi mami nkebi ewo Ghana omobetiem ase no ama Ghana kuro no abo during this election no sa nipakuo no omudi emra bi to se sa nipakuo no enya ade a omobema omukwan ema obeji visa abewura eye US omobetena Ghana enya de omo be pene ema saa mu nipa no efri Ghana aba US. Now omo minimum say this policy will take effect in advance of Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections scheduled to take place December 7, 2024. Omo say sambra we omo de ahye no omo de ato afiti ne ya kopensi e beto aba ne ato aba kora wie enti anya say e debi mra omo so omo hye ne from enne nipakuo bi omo Ghana ewo tumi ewo abanmu ewo eye tumi a omo tumi ti Ghana ehyehyɛ mmara ma nyoma bemu no omo se enne omo de mmara eto ho se o tumi wo Ghana na wa adwene se Ghana kebi mami kebi no o pese odi koti kwan bi sei no omo aye omo hwehwemu aye omo research omo wo intel omo nye ready so omo be share ba omo di nka abo obi akokɔ nipakuo bi omo Ghana omo wo tumi omo adwene so omo be sei Ghana tumi ni betuma free easy 2 minutes betume free Jubilee House, 2 minutes betume free Finance Ministry, 2 minutes betume free National Security, 2 minutes betume free the Ghana Army, betume free the Ghana Police, betume free anybody who has power or say Oma yomo juma ayomo de investigations se hu se nipa bia ya oma dwene na omo ka kire Ghana for some de mbra bia to efiti ne ekopem se beto aba na to aba na wie saa nipa ko bia obeye no ho ke obi eni wo free Ghana ye nyire betinam mana hye yan to aso na menjudwam. Team, are you still with me? Now, yanko enim. US fono ejujum, mamijujum. This visa restriction policy would apply only to specific individuals who undermine democracy and is not directed at Ghanaian people nor the government of Ghana. When you find a diplomatic statement, almost say, Sam Rana Omashano, mrebia sebio apply to nipakubi. Almost say Samrano, mrebia apply only. This policy would apply only to specific individuals. Or see, Samra we omashena omde atuona almost say omudi bedi jumano. Nipakuo bi pa na efa omo na sebio enye Ghana mine nkwa ene sebio Ghana fo nkwa ne form. It means so culture say so wudi boni wo Ghana o say Ghana fa bi mami kebia untumi nko Togo because a homo US embassy wo enko fa onko US untumi nko Benin enko embassy wo onko kase okoji visa ako US untumi nko Ivory Coast untumi nko in fact the Sub-Saharan Africa ha US embassy wo so okoji visa ako America into am say sa emra we no nipa ku bi na omo hwe omo pa wo Ghana na ensanya Ghana fo nko a etrem. That means our borders baby a US embassy borders wo borders a US embassy wo nyina eka ho. It don't mean say oh say Ghana democracy during the election, after the election, and then go to Togo and go seek for visa and fly to the US, or go to Ivory Coast, go to Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, or go to like no. Almost say enye Ghana nkwa omatrim restriction no e cover the peripheries no esopa yenjujum. Almost say Ghana has achieved 3 decades of democratic elections and the peaceful transfer of power between parties, a record to be proud of and a model to cherish. Brofo na mebe kire no. Se broni kan sem wo ya na otwe wadwene esi bibi so. O se Ghana kebi mami kebi no eba eye kebi mami kebi a yenya kebi mami kebi asesa aban beye emfie duasa. Na omo ni say Ghana eye kebi mami kebi ya somwa besim pempensue yi o kan wasam obeso kire wo say from Kwame JJ Rawlings time ye to aba bedru ende no ye nya emre bia ye beto aba nipa bia o madwene so mo be say democracy no na emum de ende de mo democracy ni ambo ho ban a from ende no ye nya democracy ni biom enti sa kasa we sa wo kire statement ema a diplomatic statement, these are the kind of language you use. And it's a menya would say you bachro. In Tomo Kaya Bakasem, Samunta Monisha Wichi, da Baina Bain Baswa, Yenny US, Yachole Tampo, Abakas Asem Webida, Sena Abai Baso, Mwenya, Kebimami Kebia Besiha, and Pempenso way. It means to say, from your past, it has been good. But we are telling you, say, now it is not safe. Make sure, brofo, make sure comprehension, make sure how to understand. So, obi show diplomatic statement, and I make sure we know. I'm say the United States readiness, a record to be proud of and a model to cherish. The United States readiness to impose visa restrictions if circumstances warrant is an example of our support for the aspiration of all Ghanaians for a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process that reflects the will of the people. Brofu is very important. I say, adikudientia US Samra Weber to say, Omo pese omo bo ye kebi mamin kebi ho ban during election way, send ye be conduct elections no, and sebio emu be da ho fine, and a sebio a process no, obi enchi obi mbu obi, emu be da ho krojen, send be ya edien asumdwe beba, send be ya nipa omo Ghana no de omo pe and the besi tie omo say. Adikudienti omoto no emra we beto no nyina ne say omo pese ye to aba and the will of the people should be what will prevail. It almost say when the will of the people do not or does not prevail, there's a problem. In the nipa bi wa aban mu nipa bi di manim no ma imagine say the majority of the people no say omo pe John Mahama omo pe NDC na say nipa bi wa aban mu nipa bi wa EC nipa bi wa national security nipa bi wa military nipa bi wa Jubilee House no omo say omo otumi omo pe so omo tie ma US for one catch omo say that will not be accepted because the will of the people is the will of God. Into the yen nipa ne pano and it's omo ka say I say election emu ye korogyen. Yeah. Obanyansafo yebuni be oka ne nkrema o se oba kemi ekemi be kese obanyansafo yebuni be yenka nasem oba kemi ekemi be yanto aso nkrafo da meka nka obkwa asem firi so now okwa asia wa second paragraph ye dwudwam unye bi obebia eya hankoa na obenya we enti da meka nyo se show no de ehia eni tina Ghana mpenifo ne nkwara ne mpenifo obi ahwe yenya time ne dwudwam. Now, the second paragraph says this. All right, Mr. P. Mr. S, good. The visa restriction policy is pursuant to Section 212A, 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act and allows the Department of State to implement visa restrictions for individuals believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Ghana, including through the manipulation, including mamefani bio na hanede I know say inkukum ai mamefani bio ade wona mo hu se posa na ehu rough ane Akufo Addo people ana mo yamsre ba ne champon mo ehu rough. The visa restriction policy is pursuant to Section 212A, 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act and allows the Department of State to implement visa restrictions for individuals believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Ghana, including through the manipulation or rigging of the electoral process, the use of violence to intimidate, coerce, or prevent people from exercising their rights to freedom of association and peaceful assembly, the use of measures designed to intimidate, coerce, or prevent political parties, representatives, voters, or members of civil society or the media from voicing or disseminating their views or engaging in any other activity designed to improperly influence the conduct or outcome of an assembly of the assembly nyina na hana show assembly na make US for nsem yesi broni obema aduane ayeda cheese no de hemfimfi ene na nkrafo kan over bemi broninyo e cheese ebomi o si aduane broni bema aduane ayeda o de cheese de hemfimfi akosi broni fe efu de komi edo bomi no cheese I just say broni se aduane be da o de cheese de hemfimfi o be o de cheese na be she cheese na hana she o si mo de munim de eba MPP nka munja aba no na monka se Ghana for ye nyina ye se pe NDC mo me nko yenim munim de esi abrofo na se mo ka nyina nse emra emo mo ho kwan na samra no ye fe no eye restriction policy, the visa restriction policy no omo frɛ no section 212A 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act o se emo mo ho kwan se nipa bia wa na adwene se aba ye beto no Ghana ye be bobo aba obesesa aba no ye beto aba obetata nipa ye beto aba obe prevent nipa from se omo to aba ye beto aba obefa koti kwan bi so ahye nipa bi so ye beto aba omo a omo mbra so omo ka aba no ho asem se ye beka omo kasabo ahye omo eyem omo asebio omo pese omo kire omo adwene a ye beka omo adwene ahye omo tirim omo a ye betata omo a ye betwituo abo omo tuo omo a omo ti omo kurase a ye di police fo obekwa gina omo so omo wo kwan se omo hwe aba no se emuda ho a ye beka se omo ntena fie e de etuo betata omo sebio Ghana fo a nipa bi be o magin se omo dada omo momagye eye emraboni bi atum ababoni bi atum US for aban se nipa bi a wo Ghana obebo no hu musuo and the US no e kire sa nipa no oni US no eko omo se omo mpene ne omo mpene china omo mpese de see 2020 de bi besi wo Ghana if you say whether you like it or not US omo property wo Ghana upeu omo ewe japade wo Ghana 2020 de ko no mu huye they saw the news, they investigated it, they know what happened omo say why wa adwene mpo wa bo wutiri mu po say o pese wudi bone o pese o kan nipa bi kasa bo ahye omyem o tata nipa bi even civil societies on pese o kasa et say Franklin Kujomo o pese o tata omo et say eye de asepa mo et say omo itu omo wesi o meka no kre et say eye de nipa bi a omo ka no kre Ghana fo bi pese o mkoto aba wa be gina omo say omo ntu ni sei nipa bi a odi tuo akọ gina omo so ubotuo o hwe nsuogu nipa so wo isia o dane aba electoral commissioner wakoji sika o dane aba omo say musio kaun na so muso wumu osi emusi ewiase enya wode the United States is the biggest, the most powerful nation on this planet, and I say it with all the joy. The US has its own problems, but the US is not selfish. As much as they have their own problems, they are still looking out for people. And people like Ghana, a country like Ghana, the US is not selfish to ignore Ghana for Ghana to go through this kind of tyranny. They are not saying by force, to Abako say, they are just telling people who will be leading this election that do the right thing. The will of the people is the most important thing. Into the US as a country is looking, is watching. And I mean, before the United States of America ever release a letter saying, no, I had investigations in Nipo be winning elections. No, I had research in Nipo be winning elections. No, I had research in Nipa be a form of so mukunipa. No, I had investigations in Nipa be one national security on some deep money. Why had investigations in our communications or telephone or BBA. But Bibinti and a sofo a preachy. Na obaba na hemu asore dem a oyine ni to soro until say bibi beka papa nje prede into mu amaya adwene say on those people who have these intentions of committing some crazy chaos to win elections, you have been warned. Nobody should come around later and say this was never said. This letter should not be treated lightly. This is a straight caution to protect our democracy. And this is coming from the most powerful nation on the planet. Whether you like it or not, it's your own problem. Abrofo kra echa US visa abaha. Abrofo echa US lottery. It shows how powerful the United States is. It might have its own problems, but you cannot take away their superpower from them. Me say, bro ni kra ni krom epe US lottery eba America. It should tell you something. It has its own problems, but it is big enough to take care of everybody. Obanyansafo ebuni be yen kana sem. Letter no ne krakra no the etwatoɔ no enie. Certain family members of such persons may also be subject to these restrictions. Persons who undermine democracy in Ghana, including in the lead up to, during, and following Ghana's 2024 elections, may be found to be ineligible for visa under this policy. Almost say, Munipa na ma adwiri mu pɔ sɛ mobɛbɔ saa bra no, mo mma ɛne mo yere no mo koraa no, saa mbra we ɛka mo. Obi de sɛ Bran Champon a otumi send tags ekobotuo yɛsɛ wo yere ne wo mma oba na ɔte US ha no US government ni mebi ɔte o enti yɛsɛ mo a mabɔ mo tiri mu pɔ sɛ mo bɛsɛ Ghana na mo sɛ Ghana ɛne mo nkyeme na mo yere ne mo mma na bɛtena abrokyire ɛde sɛ ɔsono maame abɛtɔ dan wɔ New Jersey no the US government sɛ ɔka kyerɛ mo sɛ saa mmara we ɛhyɛ mo ɛne ɛhyɛ mo yere ɛne mo mma. Don't think say wona wudi bone no oyire ne wo mba betena America nobody ye betina mu entu paniye a yenye niye so wo paniye a ende ye be mia wo nko awokon obanyansafo yebuni be yenka na sem yo eti for we ne ensemo aba betudwa ye US Embassy Ghana akrata wonde abetudwa ye visa restrictions eno ho sem ena ye Kevin Taylor keti wa react ya wada ensem dudo na ara edi meka ho se wunya subscribe to channel ya bomode ase obe subscribe sanse hade latest and hot news nkwa era me de bremo ave we no like the video na fe share ma ofoforo so na wonye bi na wo hwe Ozo betimi achere wadwen afa eye ensem we nyina ho ewo comment box mu mobeti mingabi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.